the sort of fragrance that can work outside work. See what I did there? I've already explained the context of what a niche fragrance brand is. I'm not a Giorgio Armani influencer. I won't wear this to go for Zumba. You know, if you want to imagine what I smell like, this is what I smell like. The weather in England, it does not smile. A lot of people say that this fragrance smells like black opium, so it's got some sweet notes in that base note that
my people, welcome back to my channel. I make videos to help you smell good, look good, and feel good. It's Miss Prissy, baby.
Please subscribe, I'm hungry.
Alright, quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Hey Bambi, welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and become part of the family. In today's video, I will be talking about all year round fragrances that you can get 2 seasons out of 1 fragrance. So it's kind of like 2 for the price of 1. Now, you know that I have been talking a lot about cost per wear, and what that means is fragrances that you can wear in 2 seasons instead of 1 season, meaning that you get more for your money because they are more like all year round fragrances. Cost per wear is most times used, you'll see, in the world of luxury, and when I mean luxury, I mean more like designer pieces, where you find loads of reviewers talking to you about getting the most out of like a bag. For example, if you're going to buy a designer bag, you should be able to wear it and get all that money back from it. But you don't find a lot of people talking about that in the fragrance community. In today's video, I just want to share fragrances that you can wear in more seasons or to more than 1 occasion, or work within more contexts, meaning that you get more money, you get your value from that fragrance. So if that's something you're interested in, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting off, fragrance number 1 is 100 Silent Ways from the House of Nishane. Now, the House of Nishane is a niche fragrance house, which basically means that all they do is fragrances. They do not do any other designer items, even though I know recently that they have introduced like body oils, hair oils into their fragrance line, but it's still all fragrance. It's just that to address different parts of the body. Now, 100 Silent Ways, some people think this is my favorite fragrance because for the longest time it was my profile picture on Instagram, but I just love this fragrance. It is a floral, you know, elegant, sort of like champagne, you know, it just, there's something about this fragrance that makes me feel very bubbly, and I think it is a beautiful fragrance that can work especially during the summer, spring, and still I get wear out of this even in the autumn months, even in the cold months. I personally don't think that this is too much. I think it's so lovely, it's so classy. A lot of people say that this fragrance smells like black opium, and yes, I do agree that it does smell like black opium. I can't remember the notes. I'm not here to talk about notes. This is just a really elegant fragrance. If you're the sort of person who likes sweet, if you're the sort of person who likes floral, it has got tuberose in it. That's the floral note in it. So it's a white floral fragrance, but it's not a scratchy, itchy type of tuberose. It's a really tolerable tuberose. I definitely recommend Nishane 100 Silent Ways. It's something you can wear to work. It's not too much for the office place, and still it's sort of fragrance that can work if you're going out. It's still the sort of fragrance that can work outside work. See what I did there? 100 Silent Ways from the House of Nishane. The next fragrance on this list is from the house of Xerjoff. Xerjoff is one of my favorite niche fragrance houses. Again, this is a niche fragrance brand. I've already explained the context of what a niche fragrance brand is. This fragrance is called La Capitale from the house of Xerjoff. Now, the reason why I picked La Capitale is because La Capitale is that midline fragrance between overly fruity, but at the same time has got that leather note in it. It's fruity to the point where it needs to stop being fruity, and then where the leather takes off or the dark bits of this fragrance pick up, it's just perfect. It's that sort of fragrance that in the summer months the fruity notes will do its job without being overly fruity, and in the autumn months the more darker notes will do their job without being overly dark. Now, the major notes in this fragrance, it's got top notes of strawberry, caramel, peach, pink pepper, lavender. In the heart notes, it's got leather, Indonesian patchouli, Iranian saffron, ginger, rose, and amber. And in the base notes, it's got oud benzoin and vanilla bonbon. So it's got some sweet notes in that base note that and then it's got that oud note in it as well in the base notes, and then it's got leather in the middle note. So you can see that it's just one of those mid-line fragrances. La Capitale from the house of Xerjoff. I move on. Next, I was just about to lose the cap of my PDM. Next on the list is a cult favorite. It is Delina from the house of Parfums de Mali. If you're a fragrance lover, there's no way you would not have heard about this fragrance. It is a very popular, yet a bit pricey. It's on the pricey side sort of fragrance. This fragrance is very heavy on the incense. It's got some rose in it. I think it's got some lychee or lychee in it. It's a really elegant fragrance. Now, some people might say that, oh, PDM Delina might be a bit too heavy for the summer months. No, not in my books. I was able to rock this fragrance during the summer months. I'm able to rock it during the autumn months. I find that it's a fragrance that I get my cost per wear from, because regardless of the season, I can wear this, regardless of the occasion I'm going to. Even though I tend to reserve my PDM for things a bit more serious. Obviously, I won't wear this to go swimming or for swimming classes, or I won't wear this to go for Zumba. You know, majority of the events that happen in my life or my life's context, I personally find that PDM Delina definitely shows up and serves up. So number 3 fragrance on this list, Delina from the house of Parfums de Mali. Next on the list is from the house of Montale. A personal favorite is Intense Cafe from the house of Montale. I think I have come to the conclusion on my own that the combination of rose and coffee as a note in fragrances is absolutely fantastic. I was recently watching a lady called Omabel. Check her channel out. She did talked about her fragrance collection, and then she brought out a fragrance from Tom Ford called, I think, Cafe Rose. And whilst I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Ford fragrances, you know what, I just thought, you know what, I can see why people would like that. It's the combination of the rose and the coffee. It's such a beautiful combination. Like coffee and rose, beautiful fragrance notes to combine. Intense Cafe is basically that. It is coffee and rose put together. I just love this fragrance. It smells like a latte. I don't drink hot coffee. If I have to drink my coffee, I have to drink it cold. So Intense Cafe definitely makes me, but yet I love the smell of coffee, by the way. You know, all those weird fragrance notes that people like. Oh, I need to do a video on that, like weird smells that people like, or weird smells that I like. I'm going to do a video on that. Actually, I might film that after this. It can't just be me that has weird things that I just like the smell of. Another very wearable fragrance on this list is from the house of Kayali. This is Vanilla 28. In fact, I would say most of the Kayali fragrances in the transparent bottles, because you know they have the fragrances that in the foil kind of bottles. I'm talking like Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25 and you know the likes. The fragrances in the transparent bottles from Kayali are some of the most wearable fragrances, like the Musk 12, I can't remember the name of that fragrance. I've got samples of all of them. This fragrance is such a wearable fragrance. Like, it doesn't come more wearable than Vanilla 28. It's worth your money. It will serve you. I don't need to speak much. Look at the dent on that fragrance. It's a sort of fragrance you can layer with other fragrances in your collection. It's just a really nice fragrance, and it's a fragrance that you definitely get your cost per wear from. All the fragrances I've talked about up until now are or were niche fragrance houses. Now moving on to more designer relatable fragrances. Number 1 fragrance on this list has got to be Giorgio Armani Si. This is my signature scent, by the way. Like, if you want to remember me, if you want to imagine what I smell like, this is what I smell like. I smell like Giorgio Armani Si. Not because I wear Giorgio Armani Si every day, but because Giorgio Armani Si is a fragrance I have worn for a very long time in my life. It's a fragrance that every time it like empties, I make sure that I replace it. I'm never without Giorgio Armani Si. It's a very wearable fragrance. It works winter, autumn, spring, summer. I think this fragrance works. It just works. It's long lasting. It projects. You definitely get your cost per wear back from this fragrance. I own it in the biggest bottle. That's how much I love it. So yeah, Giorgio Armani Si. I move on. Finally on this list is from the house again of Giorgio Armani, actually. Bruh. I'm not a Giorgio Armani influencer, but maybe I just like their fragrances. It's My Way. My Way is a tuberose floral bubblegummy sweet type of fragrance. This fragrance is an all year round fragrance. It is just floral enough to wear in the summer months, but at the same time it's got a richness to it that can withstand the British cold. And the weather in England, it does not smile. So if a fragrance can withstand the weather in England, trust me, it's a good fragrance. So there you have it, guys. Those are some of the fragrances that you can definitely get your cosplay wear from, fragrances you can wear in 2 seasons. Go ahead and let me know what is the most wearable fragrance in your collection. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Also go ahead and do all of that good stuff, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Guys, please like, please share, please subscribe. And I was like, see you again in my next video, because I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. Stay beautiful, stay blessed. Hi and bye. Wearable fragrance. Oops. Let me drink some water. Next on the list, on another fragrance on this list, another wearable, it's an all year round. This fragrance is insane. I was recently rather than just restricting it to 1 season, today's video I will getting you top you okay, let's just check lighting.